of Operation Sindoor. 25 minutes that shook Pakistan. A response to the Pahalgam terror attack. Terrorist Masood Azhar's family has been killed in Operation Sindoor. That's the latest news that's breaking here. We're getting to you in this rolling coverage. We have some very special guests joining us. We have Ambassador Jaish Gupta, former ambassador to WTO. We have Major General Dhruv Katoch, Director, India Foundation. We have Dr. P.K. Mishra, former ADG, BSF, joining us. Thank you for being with us on this broadcast on this day. I'm going to begin by asking Ambassador Jaish Gupta. Ambassador Jaish Gupta, this is the kind of action that was expected of India and possibly the beginning of India's actions, India's strike against terror after what happened in Pahalgam.
This is indeed, this was expected, something on these lines, but the date, the time and the method in which India has taken kinetic action, that was unpredictable. And I think the deception that accompanied it about the mock drill in Jammu and Kashmir and the mock drill which is scheduled to take place later today, put the Pakistani, I think, deep state in a sense of complacency that the Indians are scared and they are not going to retaliate soon. So that was of a piece with what the armed forces carried out in complete secrecy and in a very effective manner. The second point I wanted to make is that India has made it very clear that this is non-escalative. And that carries a lot of meaning, because as long as Pakistan does not retaliate, this is a one-off thing and it will end there. But should Pakistan retaliate, and Pakistan has limited choices because we did not attack any Pakistan army or armed forces establishment. What we did was we dismantled some of their terror infrastructure. So Pakistan, if it wants to retaliate, which I'm sure there are apprehensions that it will, it can't retaliate against Indian terror infrastructure because we have none.
Absolutely. So very few limited choice there, Ambassador, with Pakistan as to where and how it will retaliate. Let me quickly get in Major General Dhruv Katoch, who's also with us. Major General, the latest that we are getting is that Masood Azhar's family, as many as 14 family members have died. And this is exactly what India intended. It intended to attack those terrorist camps, those locations where Masood Azhar, more importantly in Bhavalpur, where his family resided, his family trained, along with him, an entire coterie of journalists. And on your screens right now, that precision military grade attack. I have to ask you, Major General, this looks like, on its face, a victory for India.
Oh, absolutely. But I think, the way I've looked at it is, I'm not so much, targeting the specific terrorists. That, of course, has been done brilliantly well. But I think the message goes far deeper than a simple target of terrorists. It has shown three things. One, it has shown the political will of the country. And I think that is very important in any counter-terrorism effort. Number two, it has shown military capability, the manner in which precision attacks have been carried out and the targets have been eliminated. And number three, I think, which is equally important, is it has shown the national will. Now, when we take a combination of these three, if we continue on this line, then we achieve deterrence. As of now, I'm not very sanguine that Pakistan will not react. Pakistan will react. There is going to be escalation, and it is up to Pakistan now to see what level they want to go. Because any escalation which they do, the retaliation from the Indian side will be far, far more. So if Pakistan wishes to go up the escalatory ladder, their punishment is going to be immense. We will see as to how that goes. But in my view, it is just phase one. Many more phases have to come, and they will include, besides the military option, there'll be the economic, the political, the diplomatic, all those offenses will go on simultaneously. But in the military option, this is phase one.
Okay, all right. This is phase one. Fair enough. We also have Dr. P.K. Mishra, former ADG of the BSF. Dr. Mishra, if it is phase one, it's a massive phase one, because we're getting the latest that Masood Azhar, dreaded terrorist Masood Azhar of Jaish-e-Mohammed, and his entire family has been killed in these strikes.
Yes, there is a statement by Masood Azhar himself. ये अल्लाह मेरे को भी मौत दे दो. This clearly shows this only gentleman is alive. I tell him now a gentleman because he is asking Allah mere ko le jao. So now his 14 members have gone and more will go from Jaish-e-Mohammed. Enough is enough. I'm very sure General Munir will not keep quiet to save his face. And after this meeting was held in Mr. Saba's office, definitely Pakistan Army and Pakistan Air Force will retaliate. And we know more or less the targets where they will be retaliating. It's not that difficult to find out. But we invite Pakistan's Air Force and we invite Pakistan Army to retaliate and respond. That is what we want. So that they will be given a befitting reply, because India has not attacked any of their defense installations or any corporate or any offices of Pakistan government. But from last 200 hours, the way they were firing by artillery, they have killed about 10 of our civilians and 40 were injured in Nowshera and Bimbar Gully and those areas by artillery shell firing by Pakistan. But I'm
Dr.
very
PK,
sure.
so mindless killing there, mindless killing on part of Pakistan, it could not retaliate to the precision attacks that India made, so ended up killing people, innocent civilians on border, which is a usual tactic we've seen from Pakistan in the last many, many decades. Let me also quickly get in Squadron Leader Deepti Kala, who's joining us. Squadron Leader, a lot of information there which is coming from the government on the attacks that were carried out from India, targeted attacks that were carried out from India, but not much is known what happened operationally. We know this to be a forces response. We know that Navy, Air Force and Army, all three forces were involved. Could you help us understand what sort of dichotomy went behind and how were these forces working in tandem to carry out an attack like this?
Yeah. So Shweta, see, of course, all these attacks happen in between the tri-services coordination happens, and there's a lot of one part which is very important for us to understand is that the entire country was kept in a thinking mode that we probably are looking at the drills, mock drills and everything that is going to happen in the country. In fact, yesterday itself, I got so many calls and messages that are we safe? Are we safe? And there was only one message that I sent them, that you are in the hands of the Indian military services. You are 100% safe. Though, it's been 5 years that I've left the military, but I'm telling you with the same josh that we are absolutely safe. Now, coming back to the tri-services coordination. See, all this information, everything happens basically on the information level. So all the tri-services level, we work on the satellite imagery also, so that our missiles hit the target with very precision, right? Because ultimately our agenda is that we are not Pakistan, we don't want to kill the innocent people, so we are only targeting the terrorism, right? Our fight is against the terrorism. So the human intelligence, the satellite intelligence, all the intelligence from tri-services play a very important role, and then the airstrikes, the ground level, and the people behind the strikes, they keep a full eye so that the Operation Sindoor gets fulfilled, and that is what has happened. So there is a close coordination. All the I worked with the satellite imagery while I was in the Indian Air Force, and I've seen it on ground level, that how we track each and every point, how we track the smallest of the hints that are happening on the border and our target areas. All this information we track down from the satellite and we give it to the government, and all the chiefs, they meet, and then the operations are strategized, and that's how all these operations are being carried out on the border for an absolute 100% success.
Krishna, I mean, look at that, the amount of planning that went behind that attack. Right. And we saw some of those pictures that were shared earlier today in the press conference. And what really amazed me was the precision with which they were carried out. India made it very clear, we did not target civilians, we did not target military installation. So this doesn't amount to war. This is India's right to defend itself, and that's exactly what we've done.
Right, and more importantly, you're talking about targets in both Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Kashmir, 9 targets over there, and all of them are are terror organizations bases where training has taken place, from where terrorists have come and attacked Indians time and again.
And we furnished proof of it, I think, in that press conference, which was also important. Ambassador,
very important that you mentioned that.
Absolutely. Ambassador Ajay Das Gupta, we furnished proof of every time one of those bases, including the Savai Nala, the Gulpur, Barnala, Abbas camp, Sarjal, I mean, you name it, all those 9 camps that we targeted, all of them have been time and again responsible for training, aiding, preparing terrorists. And so in a way, this was an attack for India to defend itself, because there was no demonstrable step taken by Pakistan, which is what Vikram Misri, the Foreign Secretary, also said. He said that despite furnishing proof time and again, Pakistan does not seem to care enough. They go out in public, in foreign media, they talk about how they have funded terrorists for the US, for Western countries. But despite all of that, in the last 1 week or so, absolutely no step taken by Pakistan to really show that they are moving in the right direction. And so therefore, India had the right to defend itself.
Well, the terror organization is a strong branch of the Pakistan Army, of its doctrine of using so-called non-state actors and asymmetry in warfare, because they can't take on India in a conventional war. So it is as much a part and parcel of the Pakistan Army as it is. So to expect the Pakistan deep state or the Pakistani government to take action against these terrorist organizations, I think would be expecting too much. Murid-ke, where Lashkar-e-Taiba has been carrying out its activities, including jihadi training facilities, etc., and Bahawalpur, which was also there. All these in Pakistan, they have been doing it brazenly, and Hafiz Saeed, who's the head of the Lashkar-e-Taiba, is a terrorist, declared terrorist by the UN organization, with a huge, reward on his head. He's in fact, there was a news item recently that one of the lieutenant generals, he went and met in Murid-ke in the headquarters, Hafiz al-Saeed. So, to expect Pakistan to take action against its own, root and branch, I think would be expecting too much. So this is of a piece. India is well within its rights. It has given enough warnings. It has asked Pakistan. It has also exhorted Pakistan to curb and rein in its terrorists, not to send them across the border. And it has also appealed to the international community that this is what Pakistan is doing. So we reserve our right to retaliate of a time, place, and method of our choosing.
Stay with us. Let's then quickly listen in to what Prime Minister Modi had to say right after those Pahalgam terror attacks.
India will identify, track, and punish every terrorist and their backers. We will pursue them to the ends of the earth. India's spirit will never be broken by terrorism. Terrorism will not go unpunished.
That was the Prime Minister speaking on the 24th of April, just about 48 hours after the Pahalgam terror attack. Let me take this back to Squadron Leader Deepti Kala. That was the message, that was the promise. And in that sense, this is the beginning of things to come, because what these terror camps that have been struck, they've been operating for decades. Bahawalpur is where Jaish-e-Mohammed's Masood Azhar was born and raised in those terror camps, and they've produced terrorist after terrorist. So clearly, India has just made a beginning when it comes to giving it back to Pakistan for the Pahalgam terror attack. In fact, for all the terror attacks so far that we should have proportionally responded to, like the way we are doing right now with the Operation Sindoor.
Absolutely, Krishna. In fact, I would, the day we had heard our Prime Minister about this speech we as military officers, ex-military officers, we were very sure that there's something very big is going to come. We were very 100% sure about it. And the kind of response we've given, and I absolutely agree to sir that it is only a phase one. I'm 100% sure we are not going to stop at this, because the kind of heinous task that has been done by the terrorists, this is absolutely non-negotiable, non-forgivable. We just cannot forget and forgive these people. Now, when it comes to capabilities also, Krishna, let us understand that how beautiful the system is. You know, the terrorist can only attack through a certain area and with certain ammunition, but they don't understand, these idiots don't understand that we are a country and we are one of the largest democratic country, and the will power that we carry, like even if the country only decides, will destroy the entire Pakistan, right? It's only about the military operations right now we are talking. Now we as a defense, as a reply to the what they have done, we can launch our air strikes, we can launch our navy strikes, we can launch our military strikes, we can bloody do any damn thing to them, but they have very limited access to us. So these idiots could not understand that part, and now they will get into what they had not even thought in their dreams, that this is something that India could reply to them. So this is, I'm absolutely waiting for another surprise to happen. And this is a very befitting reply that we have given to the terrorists.
All right.